Hello, hello. Are we live? Are we live?
Yeah, we
Oh, I
live.
think so.
Hey, we're live. Okay, since we live, okay. Well, I'm just gonna start it off. Welcome to the hit list. How's everybody doing tonight?
Ready to hit some
Good,
people in
good,
the
good. We here.
All
Here we
right.
are. Hey, it's.
Hey.
I'm sorry, you guys. Technical difficulties. It wouldn't be a show unless we had technical difficulties. It's Wednesday, October 1st, and you are here on the hit list. How's everyone doing?
amazing. How are you?
I'm doing a lot better. Listen.
Yay.
So we have a lot of stuff to cover tonight. So I'm not going to get into the weekends and everybody what everyone did this weekend. I just see everyone here. I hope everyone's blessed, and we're going to get into the show. But first, before we get into the thing of the things, copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. So you guys, before we get into the news and all the hot topics, when I started this platform, I also wanted this to be like a launching pad for people to do other things and um, be content creators, do other kind of blogging and anything that you wanted to do. And Dina has some new ventures she is starting in the near future. And I wanted to give Dina the floor so you could talk about what you have coming up.
Absolutely. I'm a caterer. I don't know if anybody knew that, but I'm a caterer by trade. And I wrote a cookbook for children called Kids Soul Approved. And that is me and my daughters, me and my little girls. And it's got kid-friendly soul food recipes. It's got affirmations, you know, like it's got all kinds of stuff, but we also have merch that we're going to be launching. I've got seasonings, yummy sweet and yummy savory. I've got shirts. I've got cutting boards. Keep cutting safe with kids. I've got kids safe knives. I've got shirts. I've got aprons. I've got all kinds of stuff that I'm going to be launching in the month of October, and I'm just super excited about it. It was inspired by my children. There are recipes, of course. I think there's like maybe 15 recipes in there that are kid approved recipes. There's also coloring book pages, and it is reflective of Black and brown faces. And so I am really, really excited about that. It is curated for little hands. And yeah, thank you for the time.
Of course, we are very excited about that. And
Nice.
contrary to popular belief, bloggers and content creators don't all disagree and fight, and we support each other over here. So, Dina,
Thank
we
you.
wish you the best with that, and I hope it's a blessing to you and your family and anybody else that partakes. So, good
Thank
luck.
you.
One question though. When is it being released and where can we find it?
Okay, so it is going to be released. If you can go to my website, it's called fabmommyonabudget.com. So if you see on my name, it says the Fab Mommy on a Budget. But if you go to fabmommyonabudget.com, you can put your email address in there, and then you'll be able to get all of the information as the merch and stuff is launching, and you'll be able to purchase it right directly from fabmommyonabudget.com.
Okay.
Right.
Awesome. Well, um, when you do start, I look forward to seeing what.
Yeah, we got to support.
What'd you
Yes,
say?
please go put your emails on my website, please, 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 please.
We
That
will do
was
that.
amazing.
So I went to sleep last night and woke up this morning to this all over everywhere. The government is officially shut down. And if you're not really sure what that means, I'm going to have Michael explain it to you and why we're in this mess, and then we're going to talk about it. So go ahead, Michael.
Oh, yes, government shutdown. So I guess if we're painting with broad strokes, this is generally an impasse over funding for certain parts of the Affordable Care Act. Of course, Democrats want to keep it funded, and Republicans say we'll do it later, which probably means never. And so that is why we are at this impasse. They've tried multiple times in the past few days to get it over the finish line. It's not looking good. I think if you're a odds market person, the chance of like a 2-week or more shutdown is like 80-something% at the moment. So this one's going to be one of the longer ones, looks like. What does that mean, though, for all of the things we rely on our government for? Well, they'll still collect on debt. You have to make your student loan payments. You have to make your tax payments and all that stuff. But otherwise, the IRS is going to be short-staffed, so don't call them for help. Most of the agencies will have folks that are just gone. So this brings the day-to-day workings of our government to a halt. So if you've got a case or a matter you're working on with an agency, no one's going to be there to do it. But that said, there are a lot of folks who still have to work. They're just not going to get paid. This includes all of our armed service members, everyone that's like air safety, baggage handlers, oversight, certain oversight committees, but some notable oversight committees that won't have folks working are the SEC and I think the CBIC. So the things that protect us from fraud and scams, no one's going to be behind that door.
Jesus.
So I guess who wants to, Darius, do you have anything to say about this? I'm sure you have.
So I think military is still going to get paid. What I find laughable is that members of Congress are still getting to draw a paycheck. I think if they can't do their job and pass a continuing resolution or a budget, that they should not get paid. This is going to really hurt, and this is going to, I understand, I know some people may not agree with the Democratic position, because the thing is, whether you're on insurance through the marketplace or if you have commercial insurance, like the employer, this is going to impact you regardless. You're looking at premiums going up. Starting next month, everybody's going to get those notices about insurances. And everything, the cost of everything is already going up. And so you can ensure that whatever you're paying for insurance now, you're going to be paying more. And this is why the Democrats are taking this position, because if you recall 6 months ago, the Republicans caved on their promise. They knew that this was coming. And so they've been wanting to get rid of Obamacare in its entirety. So all this is that they're just doing it. They're just doing it in covert ways. Get rid of the subsidies. People can't afford the insurance, they lose it.
I'm sorry, you guys. I'm getting really, really bad feedback. Like I don't know who that is. Okay, it's gone. I don't know whoever did that. Okay, so yeah, what Darius said. It's unfortunate that we're in this situation. Now I heard a couple different things. Does anyone know for sure? Does this stop the benefits for like Social Security recipients, SSI recipients? Is that?
I think they'll still get their money. I think military, SSI, like Social Security, I think they're still guaranteed to get their money.
Okay. And the last time we had a shutdown was last time Trump was president, if I'm not
2019, and it was for 34 days.
Yes. Yeah. Shaq?
Between Michael and Darius, I really don't think there's anything left to say other than this is shameful. It sucks. I feel terrible for people who have to work without pay, because who can afford that today? Because the minute you go outside, you spend $150. So it's awful, man. I have nothing else to add. I'm glad I don't work for the government.
Okay, well, I just wanted to touch on that. I don't want to spend a whole bunch of time, but I do want to get into some good news. A couple days ago, it was announced that Bad Bunny will be this year's performer for the Super Bowl halftime show. Let's watch this video and we'll be right back.
Se acostó temprano, mañana hay que estudiar. Pero llamó a la amiga diciendo pa' janguear.
So this has made a lot of people mad, especially MAGA. I knew it was a matter of time. So do we think that this was, so everyone knows Jay-Z is the producer of the executive producer of the halftime show. Him along with the NFL, they decide who will perform every year. Do we think this was like a more political statement, or was this just a good time for him to perform? Who wants to take this one?
So so I think that one, Bad Bunny is an American. I think there's a school of people out here that think that Puerto Ricans are not U.S. citizens. Bad Bunny is an international superstar. He is known around the world. I think he will give a great Super Bowl performance. I know some of the stuff that I've been hearing is people saying that he only performs in Spanish. I say this man to me is versatile enough, I'm sure, knowing that he's performing for an audience that really speaks English. I'm sure that he can adapt his lyrics for the audience that he's performing to. But I think it's just racism. Anything that's not white, it's not overly white, they have an issue.
Yeah, most definitely. DJ Vlad, he's tweeted this the other day. Bad Bunny headlining the Super Bowl is strange to me. I'm glad he's getting such a huge opportunity, but none of his songs are in English, and I don't speak Spanish. Most of the audience at the Super Bowl won't speak Spanish. Only 14% of Americans speak Spanish. So most of the television audience won't know or understand his songs. What do you think about that?
So I hear somebody's background.
It's almost like somebody has like two devices playing the show. Because it's like so much feedback.
Okay, it's gone now. Well, I thought so.
Yeah, it's not me.
Whoa.
I don't know who that is. Hold on, you guys. Sorry, we're having some technical difficulties. Is it still there?
I don't hear it now.
Hello.
Okay, let's try this.
Taylor, try to mute your mic to see.
Maybe.
Let's try talking now to see.
Testing one.
Yeah, it's not me. Because it sounded like somebody.
It is. Tamar.
It's me.
Yes.
Okay.
Try to do it without the microphone, Tamar.
All right, we got people in the comments. Shout out to Miss Pamela. Hey, Miss Pamela. Shout out. Yes, your mommy's in the building. And shout out to David in the building.
Figure out this sound. Tamar, talk. Go out and come back in, Tamar.
I'm unmuting myself and making sure it's not me.
It's not you.
Okay.
Melanie.
Hey, can you hear me?
It's not Melanie. Darius.
No, it's not me.
Jonte.
Is it me?
Nope.
I think it was Tamar.
Okay.
Hey, Funny Lee.
So let's go back. Let's get back into this. So, you know, Bad Bunny. I wasn't that excited to hear. You know, there's a lot of people we still need to see a Chris Brown halftime show.
Right.
I've been saying Pink for the last 10 years. I like to see Pink. You know, there's a lot of Christina Aguilera I'd like to see. There's a lot of other people. So I don't know. Like I said, it could be political. It might be something just about the time that we're in that this might be a good choice. Dina, what were you going to say?
Well, no, that's what I was going to say. I think, you know what I mean? Really, this is the season for Chris Brown. Like, his show was insane. Like, it was insane. And he didn't even really have a record out or nothing. It was just crazy. So, to me, this is his season, and he would put on a fantastic halftime show. So, I just feel like we kind of skipped a few. a few steps before we got to him, but I mean, no shade.
Y'all know JC.
Here's the thing, though, but why not Bad Bunny? For the representation of the climate that we're in, why not Bad Bunny at this time? I get it that we all want Chris Brown and we all want the people that we want, but let's be honest. Rock Nation is the producer because it's no longer Jay-Z as a person Jay-Z is an entity. So Jay-Z is Rock Nation. Rock Nation will never promote something for Breezy Bowl, Breezy Slippers, Breezy, not even Breezy fans. Like, we have to be realistic, right? So why not Bad Bunny? Why not this time? He has the audience. He has the ear of the people. This can show because, yes, our more less melanated supporters, right? Maybe like, we don't want to listen to this and it's not in Spanish because, you know, they're the Vlads of the world, right? But that percentage is going to be so much smaller for the people who are actually going to tune in because Bad Bunny is doing the halftime show. Because Bad Bunny is, you know, I hate to say it like this, but he is the Michael Jackson of the Latino world right now. And we have to give credit where credit is due. Yeah. And he will bring that audience that the Super Bowl has never had because they've never had any type of Latino or Latinx representation ever. Yeah. So this is diversity and inclusion on another level. And if we want to be honest, yes, it is a political move, but more than anything else, why not Bad Bunny? Why not this time? I mean, his tours went crazy. Like, yes, Chris Brown is doing great because he's in Atlanta. Chris Brown is doing great because he, you know, and there is no knock to Chris Brown because Chris Brown is killing it, right? But we have to give Bad Bunny his credit also, where he is also killing it. He not only just does his music, he, as you can see, he's a Calvin Klein model. He is just in his own lane, doing his own thing. And for him to do it on such a massive stage, give credit where credit is due.
You know why it is? Because he spoke out. This is why they mad. He spoke out against what ICE is to Hispanic people in this country. He said he will not tour. The Super Bowl performance is the only performance he's doing in this country. He said he will not put people at risk by having concerts in this country and have ICE show up.
Right.
Absolutely. And because they know he will show up.
I'm glad you say that. Because I knew it wouldn't be long until MAGA came out and said something. So here we go.
Enforcement at the Super Bowl for the Bad Bunny Super Bowl halftime show?
Benny, there is nowhere that you can provide safe haven to people who are in this country illegally, not the Super Bowl and nowhere else. We will find you. We will apprehend you. We will put you in a detention facility and we will deport you. So know that that is a very real situation under this administration, which is completely contrary to how it used to be. That said, you know, look, the NFL has been so woke for so many years. They finally decided to make a comeback. They finally had people stand up for our great national anthem. But remember, these guys, Colin Kaepernick used to say, well, I wasn't being chosen to play on the NFL team because I was kneeling. No, you sucked, and that's why you weren't being played. You know, that's why no team wanted to pick you up because they're a business is the bottom line.
So MAGA has proclaimed they will be there and they will be looking to take people into custody.
That's wild.
Wild. Super Bowl.
Like you have nothing to do. Wow.
Well,
you know, this is the type of thing that brings eyes, right? People are going to be watching for the drama. This is to their benefit. Like, controversy sells. I doubt the Super Bowl is all that entirely concerned.
Michael, what do you think about Bad Bunny and the Super Bowl halftime show?
You know, if it were me, there's a lot of names that would have come before his, like everyone said. I can't help but think this was just to stir controversy. You know, to what end? I don't know. To me, he's more of a feature, maybe at a Super Bowl. A headliner, I mean.
You know, I think we sometimes like underestimate the power of the Latin market. It's pretty huge. Pretty huge. Kind of like how soccer like isn't a big deal here, but the rest of the world is like really into it, you know. And I think that's kind of what happens with some of these Latin artists. Like they're huge, maybe not to us, but yeah, they're huge. Right. Bad Bunny is
And the American market is such a little drop in their bucket if we're really going to be honest. So it's like, we're really like, oh, the rest of the world is like, you should be honored that Bad Bunny will be there. I mean, it's just the reality of their fandom. They have a mob following the same way how the Beehive hive down for Beyonce. It's the same thing that these super fans go all out, especially in the more Spanish speaking countries where they can relate to the song and they understand.
That's what we say, international market.
Yeah.
Well, it will be February 8th, and I know all eyes will be on him. I can't wait to see what he does, and I can't wait to see what surprises he has in store for us as well. So we'll be talking about that more when we see it. Speaking of performances, this really hurt my heart to see this the other night. I saw it on Dina's timeline. Let's watch it, and we'll come back to discuss.
LA, too much for the so he's living the life. Oh, he comes to know. Oh, what's left of his world? Whenever he takes that ride, this is gonna be right by his side. I know he will. Leaving on the midnight train to Georgia.
So a couple of weeks ago, her son was kind of trying to, I guess, warn everybody of this, and people weren't really taking heed. And now it seems what he had to say made some sense. Let's listen to what he said.
The background singer started singing. The background singer started singing. And that brought her back. They're having to rewind the teleprompters because my mom is forgetting to even look at them. I don't want my mom out on tour, on a tour bus, wondering where she's at.
As her family, we are just concerned about her well-being.
When family concerns go public, who gets to speak for you? Your loved ones or you?
So that I guess the question is there an age that our icons or our legends should bow out? Who wants to take this, Dina?
Listen, I feel like you should work as long as you want to work. That's how I personally feel. If she is comfortable working, if that brings her joy, if that brings her peace, if that gives her long life, then I say that's what she should do. I know my grandmother was in her 80s and she had her two youngest grandchildren living with her when she was in her 80s. But it literally lengthened her life because she just had life for them. She was, it gave her life to be able to care for them. So if that brings her joy and peace, then I say go for it. If she's being forced to do it for a bag, then I say it's foolishness. Now this son who has something to say, I don't really care nothing about what he got to say because he was in jail for, misappropriating her name and things of that nature. So, and for the way he handled her business, because she had a restaurant for years. Mm-hmm. So I'm not really concerned about what he thinks. Whatever the real situation is, I think that's yet to be seen. But if that's what she wants to do, cool. Like, I know some other people who were at the show, who I spoke to, they said she was amazing.
That's what I keep hearing. I keep hearing that.
They said she was amazing. She didn't miss a beat. That's what they said. So, I mean, She does look a little confused. She does look a little disoriented, but she is in her well into her 80s. But that voice ain't went nowhere. So
The voice is there. Darius, what do you have to say?
I think she might have had maybe. I'm just saying because we don't know for sure. It could have just been a senior moment. I have those now sometimes. But given her age, I kind of wonder, is there something, is there possibly some Alzheimer's or something else going on, maybe potentially? That I noted with my own grandmother that when she started declining, she was lucid most of the time, but she would have those moments of confusion and kind of being disoriented. And I wonder if that's what we witnessed. What I am concerned about is her legacy and her legacy being tarnished.
Yeah.
Because we do understand as people get older, they're going to change. Their voice is going to change. They're not going to perform like everything Beyonce doing now. 10 years from now, she ain't going to be doing all that. And so we got to, you have to be realistic about that. People they're going to change as they age. But I do think I don't want to just dismiss the son's comments because of his actions, because I do think I have heard some stuff about this husband.
Yeah.
That they might be, might possibly be pushing her to continue on. I'm sure Gladys got enough money. She can sit down and rest if she wanted to.
Let's look into these comments. Miss Deb said, it wasn't long ago when I saw Gladys here in Tampa, and this is a drastic change. Okay. People are saying she looked confused. She looked a little cold. I've also noticed in all the promo tours, like with Patty and Stephanie and Shaka, Gladys has not been on the promo tour circuit at all either. So there might be something going on. We don't know what, but something most definitely is going on. Michael, I have a question for you legally. So if her son, is there anything her family can do legally?
So probably yes, but I don't know if this maybe would rise to that level. Certainly, if you think it's a situation of elder abuse, you can file a report and an investigation can be done. And given the high profile nature of her life and career, you'd think it'd get the right answer. Situations like this, though, they're tough. I would say first things first, get to a doctor, right? And whatever a doctor says is what should be done. It could be that this was a senior moment and a one-time thing, or it could be that this is something that is coming out more frequently as the burdens of the road wear on her. It's hard to tour. So the doctor says it's no good, she shouldn't do it, despite how she might feel about it. She's worked hard, like everyone said. She put her feet up.
Yeah, this woman has been going for the last, 50, 60 years? So her legacy is not in question anywhere, and she definitely still has the pipes. So, but a tour is hard work as well. So that could also be another factor. Shaq, did you have something to say?
I think it's interesting, when we talk about age. I think that you should work as long as you're able, right? And when we talk about Gladys being old, Gladys is 81, but you know who else is 81? Patti LaBelle, right? So these women are the same age, and so when you think about what it's like seeing Patti, because she's all over the place right now as well, and she's incredibly lucid, right?
Yeah.
Aging is different for everybody. Some people have their mind until the day they go. Some people's mind begin to slip. Some people have dementia. And for some people, it can kind of, with age, it can come out of nowhere. You can see your grandma last month and she was together, and then you see her next month, and the decline has happened. So I don't know what is or isn't happening here. My only concern would be that because of the child's history, maybe the child is being dismissed. But let me tell you, everybody's not good at business, and him messing up and making mistakes as a terrible child doesn't mean he doesn't love his mother, and it doesn't mean what he's saying that he doesn't have a point. So I think it's worth looking into, and I think that for someone like her, singing and performing at this point is muscle memory. She'll be doing it even if she had dementia and was in a home. I think she'd probably be sitting at a at a piano somewhere singing, right? So her voice is there, she's still there. So the question is whether or not she can hold up to it. I think though that no matter what, eventually this will work itself out. Because if she continues to get bad like that publicly, nature will take its course naturally.
That's the part that's concerning, that this is a song that she has sang tens of thousands of times, can sing it frontwards and backwards, and this is a song that she's getting stuck on. And so
I don't know though. People lose. There are plenty of artists who have said, "I don't remember all my songs. Sometimes I need my
no, all of their no." I
Like-
fully believe that, but we're talking about Midnight Train to Georgia. We're not talking about a B cut. We ain't talking about. We're talking about one of her regular songs. Like she can.
It looks like a
recite
cognitive
songs,
slip, for
like
sure.
she can recite her social security number.
They also have teleprompters going as well. So
yeah, so the fact that she's getting stuck on this song,
it looks like a
I'm
cognitive
sure
slip.
she sings every single time she performs anything, anywhere. That's when it's like, what's your address? Because now we might need to actually get an independent person in here. So,
But you've heard the rumors about her husband, right?
Yeah, I have.
Let's not get into that. But yeah, we have.
She has not had the best people around her, so that's why I said it's time to get an independent person. I don't know who would be in charge of doing that. That's going to be a whole different situation. But a medical evaluation definitely needs to be done on her, because that's concerning.
Like Darius said, though, I don't want to just not take into consideration what the child is saying, because the child sometimes knows the parent better than anyone. And I know it's hard. It's hard to see our parents' age. Like,
I mean, he I'm not saying that because he was bad in business that we don't need to consider what he had to say, but he literally stole from his mother millions of dollars. And allegedly.
That don't mean he's wrong about his mama, you know.
But that doesn't mean that he's wrong. But I'm not. You would have to do a little bit more to convince me that you are the one who is concerned about her best interest.
Yeah,
that is my. He was trying to take over her, but I don't.
That's my only thing. I don't like the husband or him. I need an independent person.
Yeah, I would hate to see her being in a situation like Wendy Williams.
Oh yeah.
Well, you remember the situation with John Amos and his kids. But to this man's credit, he hasn't right now said, "I need to take control of my mom." He's bringing attention to there being something wrong. So if I was a judge, though, I highly doubt a judge would be calling him and saying, "Hey, so you come take care of her."
The comments, Aunt Deb is saying the son stole from her, but the husband is using and forcing her to go on tours.
Right.
Aunt Deb said in her opinion. So yeah, this is something I'm going to keep my eye on, and I want you guys to keep your eye on it too, and we'll swing back if we need to. So I hardly ever get into this content creator drama, and there's not too many content creators I follow, but this next story has been a lot. I've seen a lot on Instagram, on TikTok, on a lot of people are talking about it. Content creator Peach McIntyre. She's one of the biggest gals on TikTok and Facebook. Let's look at the video and we'll come back.
Got me messed up. My husband to assist me with calming down, because I really feel like they got me messed up. My son Tracy, when he went to his school, his whole school got bags of food similar to this, the whole school. But to single out my children, and I'm talking about random, you got my kids' names on this fucking bag, talking about feeding empty little tummies. Got me messed up. Y'all better not never, ever in y'all life pick my kids to be the kids with empty little tummies. Like noodles, little bootleg cereal and shit like that. I told my kids, y'all not eating that. I'm about enraged. I'm so upset. Like, don't ever play with my motherfucking kids like this. Your life, how you assume that gorgeous Underwood and amazing Underwood got empty little tummies? I pay for school lunch. It ain't free. Better stop playing with me.
Oh my.
They can't open the door. Better get this shit back. I don't know who played with my kids like this, but you better not do it no more. Office closed at 4:15 p.m. Current time is 4:08. I dropped my kids off at tutoring.
Hi there, how may I help you?
I came to bring y'all back this food. I don't know which one of y'all had the bright idea to make this for my children, but don't ever play with my kids like this ever again. Whoever you need to talk to, my kids don't have no fucking empty tummies. Don't ever do that. Don't ever do that. Ever again. Ever again. Don't play with my kids. I'm dead serious. Fuck about nobody else kids in this motherfucking school, and I don't give a fuck if they kick my kids out of this school. Don't ever in y'all fucking life choose my kids to be the kids that got empty fucking tummies. The fuck, that's so offensive.
Okay, so there's a lot to unpack here. If you don't know Peach, like I said, she's one of the biggest content creators on TikTok and Facebook. She monthly shows her going to the bank, cashing $50,000 checks, $100,000 checks. And so she is saying that her kids are privileged enough, and they know that her kids are privileged enough to not send those bags of food home. And she thinks it was done with malicious intent. So first off, I want to talk to the parents on this panel, and then we'll go to everyone else. Natasha.
Okay, so I've been following this a little bit. I didn't see the initial video, but okay. So Peach McIntyre, she's probably one of the most exhausting social media personalities out there. With that, having seen this video and then put in context with some of the other stuff I've seen, she may have been right, but she went about it the wrong way. So I will give her, if her children were singled out and it was only her children or only children of color that received those bags, that's a problem. They know fully well who Peach McIntyre is. They know she leads with being a social media personality. She leads with making money. I know she has to lead like that in her regular life. So they know fully well that her children are not hurting. Plus, when you enroll your children every single year, you have to fill out paperwork for Department of Health and Human Services. Even if you don't receive any benefits, you have to put down your household's income. So they know what her income is. They know what income the children have. They know the family size of the children. They know how many children are going to that school. They know how many children are going to any other school. So they know all of that. So having said that, they pre-screen your children for all of these programs. And so there was absolutely no reason for only her children or only select children to receive those bags, knowing all of that information ahead of time. Having said that, Peach had absolutely no right going up to that school, videotaping everything, cussing everybody out, recording everything, because your children got to still go there the next day. And so now when one of the secretaries look at your children a little funny, you going to be like, oh, so y'all want to be treating my kids bad because I came up here and aired y'all, and then she going to be up there with another camera. That's how she makes her money. So I will give her that she has the right to be upset. And she's been going back and forth with the nonprofit as well. I think they blocked her. It's been an all-out war. It's been an all-out war online. But
CPS also showed up her house yesterday.
CPS, yes. And I think people even try to say like her receiving the bag could like be admitting or taking goods from a child that rightfully needed them, and so there could be some kind of fraud or something situation with that. But having said that, she could have gone about this in a whole different way. She could have expressed her anger in a whole different way. I'm not even telling her not to be angry or offended, but there's just a way to do things, and that wasn't it.
Dina?
That wasn't it.
That would probably be what I would say. That it was a teachable moment, right? So what they did, I feel like, was quite possibly malicious intent. I do think that is a possibility. However, when you are representing not only yourself but your children, you have to go about things different. And so going in there and shoving the bag and saying, don't look at me, shoving the bag, you know what I mean? Not having a conversation with administration. if they did do it maliciously, you didn't help the child coming after. You know what I mean? The next person they're gonna do that to, like that could have been a teachable moment for all parties involved. That could have been a moment where administration got involved. And now I need to see recourse and actions following this. Like, if you play with my kids like this, I need administration to sit down and have a conversation with me. Then I need an apology to my children for the level of embarrassment that you may have caused them in doing this. Like, there needs to be a process here. We got to have some actions, some cause and effect. You know what I mean? Going in there and just showing your tail, baby, you look like you're acting like what they're trying to say you are.
Exactly. Michael, there's people on in the comments that are saying she might have a case. They're saying the nonprofit has probably contacted their lawyers. What do you think about this legally?
Do I think there's a case? Probably not. There will probably be a case filed. It's gone too far already. But it would be probably a tough thing to prove what she suspects to be the truth, unless there's emails or hard evidence that this was intended, to be directed towards her or her children or whatever else. That's normally kind of tough to show.
Well, let me provide you with a little information. The school that her kids go to, it's called Lakewood Ranch, I believe. And the school has 3%, I think 2.6% Black students.
Is this in Florida?
Yes, it is. It's in
I know
Tampa,
that school.
suburb of Tampa.
Yeah.
The school is 2.6, I believe, percent Black, and they said only Black children receive those bags. They didn't know a lot of others that received the bags. So I don't know what to do with that information.
So I know that area in that school, and it is a area where you have a lot of Black folks that live in that area. And I would have the school is probably the demographic of the school are probably the same. That's kind of not to say that Black folks don't live in that's immediate income.
I'm sorry, I'm getting some feedback again. I don't know who it is. It was Shaq. It was Shaq that time. Okay, Shaq, unmute yourself.
So I'm a black bag recipient. I graduated from a school that was primarily white, and the kids it was private, and most of the people of color there were black bag recipients. Often in those areas, there aren't a lot of us, and usually if we are there through scholarship or something. And is it assumption? Yes. Is it always an accurate assumption? No. But I do see how that assumption can happen. With all that being said, though, like, if you got it, you got it. And so the whole time that I'm watching that, I'm just like, man, this is the downfall of this is the downside of social media, right? Which is that everything is a story. Regardless of if they played in her face or not, the reality is they gave your kids some food. And why are we suing people for feeding us if we don't need it, give it back. And then go have a nice conversation that includes, don't play in my face, I'm good. But this is a story and then it blows up. Is that a byproduct of being offended? How much of it is just entertainment? I think that we're in this space now with these social media people where things are stories. It's all for content. It's click, it's feedback, it's algorithm. And I don't know. It's just when I think about what we're going to make a story out of being offended by, it's just not food. So I think that Michael probably said it best, which is I don't see where the lawsuit is. If there's a lawsuit, it's probably them people against her at this point.
But
go ahead.
Whatever. So here's the other question on that fence too, right? Yes, all of this has happened, and yes, she's upset. But how do we get to tell her how to be upset if we are familiar with who the character is, Peach McIntyre? You know how she is going to approach certain things. So to see this play out in the way that it plays out according to Peach McIntyre's fashion, it's all a part of her content. It's all a part of her strategy. It's all a part of who she is. So whether it is a story or whether it was for clicks or whatever it is, if she's upset about it, this is the way that she's going to do it. And we can all sit here and pass judgment and say, oh, well, she should have done this. Hindsight is always 2020, because let me tell you this, if you're a parent and someone hurts your child, your first instinct is to always defend them. Yes, you may go about it a different way because you may have a different upbringing, or you may choose to say, hey, now I want to approach this from this way. I've took the time and this and that and all of the third, but you can pass judgment because you're not in the situation. Sometimes we fly into that rage because we are human. Sometimes this do happen, and in the moment, because you don't know what the recourse could be, she was probably just recording to say, hey, I'm upset about this. No, I don't want to talk to anybody, because that's how she approaches it, right? And don't play in my face. Yes, I could take a call later, but let me cool down, because how dare you send this home? Because it's snatching up the bag, talking to my kids and then coming out the door. That's how Peach McIntyre reacts to things. So why are we so alarmed? Why is it such a big deal now?
Yeah,
I just think it was interesting. I mean, different forms of entertainment for other people.
Hold on, dearest. Aunt Deb said, I can believe this mess considering it's Manatee County. Can you expound upon that? And Darius, go ahead.
So, because that area, I know that area very well.
Okay.
That area is the area where I said, well, most people that live in that area live well above the median income.
Okay.
So that should tell you a little bit right there.
Okay.
That is the area where there's a lot of.
So we're saying that's an area that program would typically not be serving, and it sounds like those children were specifically sought out, because again, they have Peach's income information.
Yes.
You have to provide that when you enroll your children. They know what your income is, or they have it roundabout. So how did they specifically find her children and maybe a couple of others in that school to give them those bags? But that's typically not a school that they were serving.
Right.
That's crazy to me.
And I think the other thing too that we have not considered, and this is something that everybody that is, whether you're a black man or a black woman, living in this country, that we have all been subjected to discrimination based upon who we are. And I think even if you have arrived now, even if she is cashing $50,000 or $100,000 checks, that does not erase the past trauma that she may have experienced being a black woman in this country. And yes, not all black people have the same experiences, but I can tell you, because I live here and I'm 30 minutes away from where that school is.
Wow.
I can tell you how it is here in this area.
Yeah, I know the area, but it was food.
There's a lot of trauma that black people have experienced all our lives in this country. And when things like this happen, she may be reliving some of that. Because a lot of times we get sick and tired of being sick and tired.
And that's why she blew up. And that's why she went off the way that she did. So that's why I'm like, why are we so surprised? Because she got into a fit of rage. You can imagine doing your content, making money from it, moving to this area, or if she's lived in this area, moving to making sure that her kids are going to this prep school, and to be treated like this. Of course, who's not going to be upset about it? The way she went about it may not be the way you wanted to, but
there is now a school of thought out there that talks a lot about the harm that we do to our people when we put them in these desirable areas, right? We are now living in a time when we're realizing that just because it's affluent doesn't mean it's going to be good for us. And I think this is a good example of that. There are a lot of our people who still feel the need to integrate areas that aren't welcoming to us. And this is some of the stuff that you run into. And I'm not saying that she should or shouldn't. You live where you want to live. But I will say very strongly that I do not subscribe to this idea that we need to go to affluent white areas because it's better. It is not better for us. This is my personal opinion on that sort of thing. If that's what you want to do, if you want to integrate the suburbs, feel free. But I want my children to be places where they're welcome. And I do not think that it being a good school full of, where my kids are like only people of color. I do not think that that's better for them at all. But that's my opinion. And she has hers, and now she cutting up on the internet. So I don't know.
Okay, so let's move on. I think we've everybody said what we need to say about that. We have a couple more stories I want to get to, especially this next one. So Ryan Murphy has come into some hot water about I guess. Hold on, let me pull it up to make sure I'm quoting exactly, because I don't want anybody DMing me or adding me. Here we go. So, Out Magazine. Here we go, right here. India Moore calls out Ryan Murphy for being silent on anti-trans attacks. And I quote, "I'm trying to understand how it is that you can do something like Pose during Donald Trump's administration, and then it's like, poof, you're gone. It's like garbage. It's like an embarrassment. That's how it feels, Ryan Murphy. We need you to do more. You do need to address the racism, the violence, and the targeting of people on your productions, Ryan Murphy. You do need to make sure that trans people are paid equally." So it seems like there's a few different problems going on. My question to the panel is, does everybody in the LGBTQ plus community always have to be, do we always have to hold the line or be a cheerleader on the side? There always has to be something said?
Yeah.
So I guess my question.
Like the question is very leading. You already kind of expressing your own personal opinion in the question you just asked.
Okay, tell me how.
You just in what you just said, just told us how you feel about it.
Okay.
So and you can do that.
Okay.
I kind of agree with that one.
Okay. So what is your opinion on this, Darius?
I think that people ought to be paid equitably for their talent, for their skill sets, for their ability, for their education. You're gonna pay me what I'm worth.
Okay.
But the problem is we don't all see each other the same, so we don't see each other's worth the same.
Okay, that's fine. So this is my second question to that. So let's say I produce a production of let's say I produce a production of a gay friendly or community friendly musical. Do I also need to be on Twitter, every day saying?
I think here's the thing, and I say this as somebody who sits on the board for one of the largest pride organizations in the Southeast. Every fight in the community is not my fight.
That's the question.
And I don't have to be on the front lines of every fight. Ryan Murphy is a white man. Okay. And I'm not saying that to be demeaning, but he's a white man. Okay. You can't expect him to be the poster child for everything trans. You can't expect him to be on the forefront. He gave a lot of these trans people opportunities, which Pose, because there were not a lot of shows like Pose, especially that featured Black and brown trans women. So I think just for that alone, he opened doors. He helped open doors for that particular community. But you cannot expect right now. We are living in a time. People need to wake up and realize what time we living in right now. We are living in a time where they want to Black and brown trans people in particular are demonized by this administration. They want to label trans people terrorists. That's how serious it is.
Yeah.
So a lot of folks is not going to be out here capping like that because people are worried about their safety. They're worried about their well-being.
Tamar, do you have something to say?
He said a word right there.
I agree with Darius. I think right now, okay, so you had a lot of people before everything that was gay baiting. Like gay people were a moment for them in that moment. I agree with Darius. I think, every fight is not my fight. sometimes you have to just let things be, because we can try to do something, but what can we actually do when there's not much we can do? And I saw the video of her like calling him out, and I was thinking like to myself, like exactly like, what does she want from him? I'm gonna say I agree. He's a white cis gay man. And the gag is the whole situation. Yeah, he was for the cause then, but you don't know what this man is doing now behind the scenes and who he's with now. So I think her calling for him is the wrong person to call for. If she really wants a movement to happen, she has to make the movement. You know, this administration right now is pulling people left and right and saying, hey, if you don't do this, then you don't get this. So in this moment, we don't really know what's going to happen. We don't know the people that supported trans, the people that supported the gay community. You have, like, I'm going to say this. There's a lot of gay, cis, white men that are Trump supporters that don't agree with what is going on. They only did it because, guess what? Back then, it was wrong to be against trans people. But now this administration have made it a point where people can be against trans people. So now you're seeing all the people come out in their true colors. We see your true colors, and people's true colors are coming out. So I think right now, the best person she can get to help her is T.S. Madison. If she really wants somebody to stand up for her and show her and help her walk and build, she needs to go get the people that she know can really help that, because that's not the right person to call right now when they trying to still collect their check.
I also Rowe earlier was talking about this, and he posed the question, you know, like, you don't know who's doing what behind the scenes. We don't always have to make a spectacle or a march or something about it. And he was saying that that's the reason why we're in this position right now, because we are arguing about bathrooms and pronouns. And now look what the situation we're in. So I kind of agree with him, what he had to say about that.
You know, Ash, I can't say enough that I think Pose was his contribution. And it was a heck of a contribution.
It was.
I think that it is really easy when somebody does one thing for you then to go, hey, you profit off of this, so this needs to be your thing. But the fact that you even got that thing is pretty cool. But I'm not gonna say that India is so wrong, right? Because you are always right to stand up for your people, right? And that is what India is doing. India is a hardcore activist. When she goes hard. But I will say that everybody doesn't go hard, and I think that when we're talking about specifically someone like Ryan Murphy and the type of content he makes, I think him just making the content he makes is kind of controversial enough, and the fact that he keeps getting it on the air. And so the idea that she would then pursue him so harshly, it kind of throws me, because I'm like, especially in this day and time, he could literally be stopped. You know what I mean? So I'm kind of like, I don't know that we benefit from losing someone who's already bold enough to do that sort of thing. With that being said, could he do more? Sure. If he chooses not to, though, I think that is something that I would live with, especially being in entertainment in general, because at the end of the day, capitalism is capitalism, right? And entertainment is part of capitalism, and it has to make money, and that's just the gag. And so going against it means you shouldn't be profiting or benefiting off of it, right? So I don't know. I'm not saying that Ryan is perfect or that Ryan doesn't deserve some level of criticism, but I think that she's kind of reaching a little with it. But with that being said, you do what you believe for your people. But do I think that I want to hang him out to dry for it? I can't see myself feeling like that about him at all. Not the way she's spinning it.
And Shaq,
go ahead.
Shaq, you said something very important. He does a lot of controversial stuff. Like the stuff he makes pushes the limits. So I wouldn't personally, I mean, for her to try to pull him in, it's going to take because
who else going to make it if we get rid of him, right?
Exactly. The things he bring out are so controversial, and they're still allowing him to make this stuff, you know, it's like, I think she has to find a different angle. I love her. I love everything she do, but I think sometimes we can try to reach for the wrong people at the wrong times.
I want to know what is she doing to help the cause, you know? Like if you're gonna come out
yelling,
like, you need to do this and you need to do that, my response is gonna be, well, what are you doing? Because you have a platform.
Yeah, and we also have to remember we live in a day and age where everybody wants to be offended about something and wants us to hear them be offended about it. So,
but I do understand some of the offense though, because when you have a group of people that don't even see you as human, and that's basically what it boils down to, because you don't agree with how they live or how they love or who they choose to be. So it's somewhere in this culture that we live in, we stop seeing people as people because we don't agree with their choices.
Yeah, but bad picky battles.
Well, let's wrap this up. I want to get into the story of the night of the week. Here we are. Cardi B versus Nicki Minaj.
She is the drama.
You know,
Lord have mercy.
Okay, so everyone knows that Cardi B's album "Am I the Drama" came out last week, and it's getting very good numbers. And a hit dog will holla, and we know that Nicki is the self-proclaimed queen of rap, and she couldn't help herself, and the tweets started coming. I didn't even download all the tweets because there's hundreds of them. But this fight has gotten very personal. It's gotten very dangerous. Over the last 24 hours, there are now kids involved in calling names of children. And that's where I think, enough is enough. Let's get to... So this is a tweet from Nicki Minaj. This is Cardi B's daughter in the background, Culture. Nicki Minaj has Culture, Vulture, you ugly too. Dear Culture Vulture, your mom is pregnant with another monkey to add to her litter. The gag is that she was jealous of a little baby boy simply because his hair was longer than all four of you bald monkeys put together.
Jesus.
Then she went into Democrats. Take them down. You're all the powerful Democrats. Remember, they lost the election on purpose. Take them down. They're all a curse. Take them down. I heard the Lord say, it's done. Okay, Lord, thank you. We give you the honor, the glory, and the praise, Jesus. Like Nicki Minaj just all over the place.
Nicki was tweaking.
Yeah.
Baby.
I'm not going to read all of this, but to make a long story short, Cardi, this is one of the last tweets she tweeted. She basically said she's not going to go there and lose her endorsements with Nicki Minaj. What do you guys think about this? Let's get into it.
First off,
Natasha, let's go.
I'm sick of both of them. I wish both of their Twitter accounts would get suspended at this point. They're both horrible. They have both talked about each other's children. At this point, they need to go ahead and either fight or just go ahead and come out as two lesbians in a relationship together that's been together for the last 10 years. I'm over it. I'm sick of it. This has just been a mess. And I'm, like I said, this is for both of them. I'm team neither.
Michael, what do you think?
You know who I like to follow on the socials? Khalees. Do you check her out?
Yes, because she got the farm in Kenya.
Right. Yeah, that's happy stuff in a number of ways. This is, I don't even know. These are people our age that are saying these things on social media. And, whether they want to influence the youth or not, they are. And I don't understand this in this day and age. That it was really, in the 90s, people got killed over stuff like this, right? So I don't know why we're trying to do it again. I don't get it.
Aunt Deb said, at the end of the day, we wonder why we are hated and exploited. They both need to take care of home. Yeah, I agree. I think, but when you bring kids into it, and who was that girl on Love and Hip Hop who got canceled for calling somebody a monkey on the show?
Erica.
Mm-hmm. So are we going to have the same energy towards Nicki Minaj now?
She needs to.
No, because they both gone low, and their fandoms are way better than Erica.
I disagree because I read all the tweets, and Nicki Minaj has been attacking Cardi B all day. I
didn't say that she.
Yeah, I'm team Cardi.
Cardi talked about her son being not virgin.
Darius, what do you have to say?
this to them. This is war. See, the part ain't no rules in war. And I will talk about your kids. I will talk about any and everybody that's gonna hurt you and get a reaction out of you because this is war, and I'm in it to win it, not to be kind. And that's
so,
what
but listen, the climate that we're in, don't you think Nicki Minaj has
I think it's awful. Personally, I think it's stupid. I think it's degrading to Black and brown women. I think it's very degrading. It makes us. I think the industry exploits this kind of stuff. It makes Black and brown women look stupid. It influences our young girls negatively and think that this is how the women should be acting. I think it's awful, but I also understand war.
White artists don't act like this. Can you imagine Taylor Swift and Ariana Grande going back and forth?
Listen, don't do that now, Ashley.
What do you mean? Don't do that.
I'm gonna have to interrupt all y'all
Don't do that.
Ariana
Don't do
has
that.
stole several husbands from different people in all facets of entertainment. So we just don't see it as much. They keep it under the
exactly, and that's what I'm saying. Like, yes, granted, the Taylor Swifts, they taking back ranches, and they're blackballing you on a different level. Like, no, you're not gonna see a Twitter beef between Taylor Swift and Ariana Grande. But you bet you're not gonna see Ariana Grande on them charts if Taylor Swift say next week I want to drop something. So they do an attack in a different way. They hurt you where your pockets go. But you know, Nicki Minaj was tweaking. Yeah, I don't think that we want to give anybody wrong or right. She was on that stuff real heavy and she was tweaking. You were literally listening to this woman's songs, getting mad. And you was literally listening to her.
I mean, what is the beef really even about? I'm like,
so this is what happened.
Like, are we like?
Yeah.
That's the craziest thing. It's like you are repeating the word A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and you are making all kinds of. How are you listening to some? Like, congratulate her because this is showing that you a super fan. Real talk. You are listening to her stuff so you can actually talk smack. And this is why everybody in the industry say that Nicki Minaj is the biggest hater. You want to, I'm a multi-million-dollar homebody. Well, be home. Don't make a record, and then don't sit up here and be like Azalea Banks on freaking Twitter, hating, talking smack. You can't get in the club. Cardi was not wrong for clapping back. So let's not. Nicki was tweaking. I'm a fan of Nicki, but she was really tripping. Like, she was on that stuff real hard. That powder was real loud. It was pure, uncut, real powder, and she was losing it.
Let me tell y'all, as somebody that's been in recovery for 8 years, and I can tell you, she was tweaking. Like, I have had moments. Let me tell you,
nobody
being high. Let me tell y'all, being high on my phone, like, I'm about to get this bitch. Ooh, hold on, don't talk about mama. Let me hold on. Nah, I'm about to post. It's just like, how are you gonna say you're gonna kill somebody's birthday? You kicking somebody's child's teeth in? That is beyond me.
Didn't she tell her to go to Chuck E. Cheese with the baby?
That's beyond me.
Like, Nicki was tripping.
A lot of people say that Nicki feels like Cardi hasn't, shown her
She's not going to.
But Little Kim felt the same way.
Exactly.
That Nicki's feeling now.
This your karma. This is your karma.
Yeah.
This is your karma because look at this. And this, we knew Nicki Minaj was the problem when she and Beyonce was best friends and then they weren't. Yeah. We knew Nicki Minaj was the problem when she and Rihanna was best friends and then they weren't.
And who gets into arguments with SZA? Like, really? Like, it's just
okay. We knew she was the problem when she said, "What's good, Miley?" Like, come on, you want to fight Miley Cyrus? Hannah Montana.
Hannah Montana.
You couldn't forget Nicki was the problem all the time. She says it in all of her lyrics. I am the problem.
It's so sad because Nicki Minaj is so talented, and to me, she's reminding me of Kanye. Like, she's reminding me of him because, like, she's allowing her. I don't know if she's mental. Like, I'm not allegedly. I don't know, but it just seems like there's something there's something screwed off inside her, and she needs some help. And nobody's being honest with her. But I think Cardi B's doing it, but she's doing it the way Cardi B does it. And you know, but that's Cardi B. We're used to her doing that. But at the same
Cardi
time,
told her to go to therapy, and y'all know I love therapy.
she told her to go to therapy. It's just to the point where it's like, who around you at the stardom that you have, who around you can sit here and tell you the truth and say you need to get offline?
Nobody,
I don't think she has
pays
anybody.
everybody's
She doesn't have
bills.
anybody.
She pays
I
everybody's
feel like
bills.
we saw
It don't
her.
matter, y'all. People don't change till they're ready.
I feel like we saw her demise in real time. Is really what we saw. I
Yeah.
feel we saw a breakdown in real time, a real mental break in real time. Cardi B was not bothering that lady. She was not bothering her. And she came out of a bag, like out of a dark place.
Yeah.
A dark place.
Yeah,
Come
well,
for
very
her.
dark place.
And I mean, just to be clear though, like you took it real low and personal talking about somebody's baby, and that'll have somebody knocking on your door. Okay.
Yeah.
Because I would.
Yeah.
To the level of to where she went.
Yes.
I'm coming to see you. We're not talking online. I'm coming to see you because she went real low. But on a more serious note, I feel like we saw a for real mental break in real time.
Yeah. Well, this is not going nowhere anytime soon. I'm sure we're going
to fight nobody. She's gonna have another baby, and she is, and whoever is advising her, they're smart. Don't mess up your endorsements.
That's right.
Exactly. And I I'm gonna say this, and we
I
can
agree
move
with
on.
that, Tasha.
Yeah, most definitely. I think that Nicki Minaj has a responsibility, especially the climate that we're in. Calling a black little girl a monkey on Twitter is just
That to me, that hurt me. That hurt me so badly because it's so the times we're in, you're calling another black person a monkey, and it's a baby, and guess what's going to happen? A child. Now what's going to happen? You got all these people on. There are so many people making memes about her being monkeys, and now that's out there. That's never going to go away. So now she has to look back at this and see that, oh, I was called a monkey, not knowing what this is going to do to her mental. So,
well, Cardi don't need to call anybody else monkeys or cockroaches neither.
Yeah, and
well,
we get upset when people of other say that kind of stuff to us, and and we do it to each other.
Yeah. Well, let's get into fashion files, you guys. We are. Yeah, that was a lot. Aunt Deb said Nicki and Cardi are colorists.
Ashley, I just knew you was gonna segue into the baby monkey song after y'all had the monkey comment.
Oh, yeah.
I definitely want to talk about that.
Yeah. Let's get into
you
that.
talking about somebody who went up to the school and showed out.
Hold on. Here we go.
I'm sick.
You're sick. Can we sing happy birthday to you? All right, here we go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear legend. Happy birthday to you. Would you like the funny song now that I sing to you? Okay, it goes like this. Happy birthday to you. You live in the zoo. You look like a monkey, and you smell like 1, 2. Woo! Give a clap, everybody.
So I want you guys to keep the same energy for this teacher. As you did for Cardi, as Nicki Minaj. So
now, see this. Now this is the instance where the mama goes off. Like when you're giving me some food, but not this here. Now this is where we need Peach. This is where that energy would have been more useful because
Dina, why are you shaking? Why are you rocking back and forth?
Make it make sense.
Because
what? Make sense.
Baby, she about to reach through this screen.
Thank you. I want to reach that screen.
I remember.
Just be so long.
I remember that
rendition and the point at the end.
I remember when we were kids.
Yeah,
and we sang that rendition, but no one does that anymore, and especially as an adult with impressionable children, and to record it and to post it on social media.
And chuckle.
You
I'm
posted
telling y'all, the Hewlett
embarrassing my child.
The Hewlett people are so lost, and I always tell people that truly we are living in a time where we have all this social media stuff. Like TikTok gives the illusion that we live in this racial utopia, and we don't. There are plenty of white people who are still completely clueless about and don't care and don't think about what's happening to us until they get in trouble. This is one of those moments.
Room with us?
Gina, go ahead.
No, she probably does not know.
Is the common sense in the room with us? I'm so confused. This was so.
She was not confused. She posted it.
Probably
She
she thought it was funny, so she didn't think anything was wrong.
And that is what is crazy to me.
White people are not as woke as we want to believe they all are.
They sure are not. They sure
That's all right,
not.
baby, because I would have went to that school and aped all on her ass.
What was the past though? So you can't say that white people are not as woke. You can't be a teacher in the school and not educate yourself. Like, come on, like I just don't understand.
Yes, they can.
I
if you
really
watch-
don't understand.
if you
Like,
watch
I
towards
hear
the
that
end-
yes, you can, but how do you?
Maybe they
feel
have
so
to in inner
comfortable?
cities.
If you
but
watch
the bulk of
towards the
America is still
end,
very white.
I'm sick.
You're sick.
even the kids were
And you
uncomfortable.
smell like what?
Exactly.
Oh, give them a clap, everybody.
They were like,
so
"What's going
confused.
on? This is not." Even the kids were like,
It's the
But if you recall, she's done this before. She just recorded it this
I
time.
would have set it off. Like what?
Yeah, baby, listen. I got called a color.
Listen.
Can we go back to my earlier comment about how we got to be careful about how we are now at the time where we really ought to rethink putting our children in schools like this?
Because I cannot. I already know.
Michael, what do you have to say about this? You've been very quiet.
So I guess like Natasha, I just remember this song, from childhood and everyone sang it. But times are different now. I'm surprised that a teacher did this. Very inappropriate. Even if you just get down to the nitty gritty, if a teacher ever posted a video of my child online, I would be up at the school in arms, no matter what it was. So there's a lot of layers to this that are wrong to me.
Jonte, do you have something to add to this?
Yeah, what Michael just said, I love me some white people, but this malicious bitch, I need to be taken down. And I mean, the Peach McIntyre needs to come after her with the full wrath.
Yes.
Yeah, most definitely.
It's the giggle for me. It's the giggle.
Does anybody have? Do we know what? And have any follow up to this? Has anybody seen anything that's anything?
Hopefully, she got her eye dotted and her nose busted.
Baby,
Hey, listen.
Melanie,
that top lip needed to be.
Listen, I'm so disgusted by it, and I know I'm gonna have the most unpopular opinion because now if I start responding with the albino alligator or the Mayo monster, now it's gonna be like, oh, how dare you say that? But like, how dare you say that to a child? Like, you feel so comfortable, and you don't get a pass to say like your level of ignorance does not get a pass, and regardless of if you're woke or not, like that's not okay. You knew that it wasn't
didn't say
okay
she got a
because
pass.
you giggled.
Hold on,
Like you giggled. Like you knew that there was something wrong about it.
You live in the zoo. You look like a monkey. And you smell like 1, 2. Woo! Give a clap, everybody.
You snapped like you're
See,
having a good
and
old
this is the
time.
thing. I'm gonna tell y'all something. She's not in the black neighborhood. She's not in the hood because if you would have been in the hood, you would have got beat up by all the black kids in this class. I'm just
None of
being
your
real.
friends told you this wasn't okay.
Like, girl,
They don't
what?
have any black teachers
He
for
said,
sure.
no, they don't post that.
They definitely don't have any black teachers or black staff in that class in that school
Sorry, but them
because
children didn't look all that enthused either. So
if,
I don't.
if this wasn't her first year at this school, the other teachers would know that she likes to sing this little song every time one of her kids have a birthday. So this clearly,
one of her
there
kids,
can't
not
be any
any
minority
special.
staff there.
If anybody sees any follow up to this, will you send it to me, please? Because I want to talk about it next week.
That's so icky.
Okay, let's get into fashion files, you guys. I wanted to do this one last week, but I don't know what happened. Not last week, but the week before. Something happened. I don't remember. Wendy Williams was out and about at New York Fashion Week a couple weeks ago. This was at the Laquan Smith fashion show. Now, she looks happy. She looks present.
Healthy.
From what I hear, she was like, people were engaging with her. She was engaging back, had very friendly banter. I don't know if this is necessarily a fashion look we need to comment on. I just wanted to point out she looks happy.
I thought Wendy looked great though.
And
Wendy looked
yeah,
real
she
nice.
did look good.
I was like, somebody took Wendy shopping.
Yeah, I didn't pick this because of the look. I just wanted to show everyone how happy and
fantastic.
she looks.
so good.
She looks great.
And not being shady, but her legs don't look as swollen.
Yeah, for sure. We need her to come on back.
I was not being shady. See what I'm saying? Like y'all always think I'm being shady. I was not.
No, I know because
We all thought it. We just didn't say it, honey. We didn't say it.
Okay, this was Tiana Taylor at the YSL show. Okay, here we go. Darius, yay or nay?
I like it, yeah.
Melanie?
Yay. You know what? I like that she's finally stepping her game up. Like, we always would see her in something cut out and showing off her body. And I like the fact that she's elevating her fashion. Like, doing more cover up so we can see your beauty and see how well you put on clothes.
Michael?
Looks like my green screen. Nay.
Okay. Natasha?
That's how I would be dressed when I go cuss the teacher out. Yeah.
Dina?
Oh, I love it. It looks like fall Sunday morning. She got on a good black stocking. She got on a nice jacket. She's fully covered neck to.
Did she got on a slip too?
Below the knee. She looks real good and sanctified. I love it.
Shaq?
She got a slip on too.
Okay, good slip and a gird.
I have bestowed this woman with the permanent thumbs up and lesbian. She will always get a yes from me. Always. It's never going down. It's always up.
All right. Jonte?
Mm-hmm.
Did I lose Jonte? Okay,
yeah.
Nay.
Okay. Here we go.
Who you tripping?
We have Jody Smith and Givenchy. Yay or nay, Melanie?
I'm still trying to figure it out. Like, I like Jody, but this wasn't it. This was not it. But okay. Yeah.
Okay, Darius?
She looks like the second coming of Gozer from Ghostbusters now.
Okay, Michael?
To me, Givenchy can't miss. Yay.
Dina?
I love the jacket. Nay.
Roaches at night.
Okay, Natasha?
Do we have any context on the event for this outfit?
This is on the press tour for Tron. She's in that new movie. And there's another look.
Oh, okay. So for that, I say yay.
Okay, Shaq?
Man, I think she fired. She always look cool. Yeah, I rock with her. I don't know what's happening, but I never do. So,
Jonte?
You know what's funny is I was going to say that Tiana Taylor looked like she was auditioning for the Ninja Turtles, and she looks like she's auditioning for Master Splinter. It's going to be a no on both for me.
I love the Turtles as with both these women.
I love this look, and I love that it's like the tuxedo look at the top, and her legs look amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, moving on. This is another look by Jody Smith on the Tron press tour. She's in Schiaparelli. Okay. I love this look. I wish I had a close up for you guys, but it's like
motherboards. It's a bunch of various motherboards and phone parts.
Yeah,
and
computer parts and phones, and Schiaparelli is always a work of art, anyways.
Yes.
Darius, yay or nay?
I like it, yay.
Melanie?
Yay. Everything about this look, man. Yes.
Michael?
Yay.
Natasha?
I'm really seeing the theme here. Yay.
Dina?
Yay.
Shaq?
Of course, it's hard to make that woman look bad, though.
Tamar?
She looks so tasty. Yay.
Jonte?
Y'all know I love computers.
Squad's heaven. It's going to be a yay.
I'll play the hell out of her.
We have Saweetie and Maison Margiela. Darius, yay or nay?
Nay.
Melanie?
Yay. It's giving Kanye though, but I love it. I love it.
Michael.
Those gloves are already tired out. Nay.
Natasha.
Hell no.
Dina.
Yay, this looks like church. I love this. With a good shoulder pad? Absolutely. With a long necklace in the front? Absolutely.
Shaq.
What
I'm
church you
so
been to?
surprised, but I really like it. I do think it would be like a fire church dress or something.
It would.
She wearing
Okay, Tamar.
ain't no Baptist or Kojic church.
She normally, you know what? Sweetie normally like slays. This is not appealing on her. I don't like this.
Okay, Jonte.
I think it's
It's the holy convocation for me. I'm with it.
It's fire.
Yeah, whose church? Whose convocation?
Fire. My church.
King James version and some pearls and
Karen Clark Sheard's church.
If I see Karen come in, man, I'm a laugh joke.
Karen Clark
necklace.
Sheard.
Oh yes.
You look like a rich first lady.
Oh yes. Honey, give me a
Okay.
hat.
Jaden Smith and Louis Vuitton. Yay or nay, Darius?
Nay.
Melanie?
Yay, but this is expected of Jaden. At this point, this is his new fashion sense. So yay.
Michael?
I think that fit is perfection. Yay.
Okay. Natasha?
Yay.
Dina?
Nay, body sold separately.
Shaq?
I like his little pantsuit. Leave him alone. That's fire.
Okay. Tamar?
Isn't he creative director with Louis Vuitton now or something?
No, Christian Louboutin. The shoes.
Okay. Well, he looks amazing. I love his rock boy look, and he's gorgeous. Like he looked good.
All right, Jonte.
I want him to pull some tools out of that bag purse thing, and then maybe I'll be with it.
Okay. Zendaya and Louis Vuitton.
Hello.
Darius, yay or nay?
Yeah.
All right, let's speed it up, you guys. Melanie, yay or nay?
Yay.
Michael?
Yay.
Natasha?
It's okay.
Dina?
Yay.
Shaq?
Obviously.
Tamar?
Hello.
Yay.
Jonte?
Looks like a Christmas gift. It's a yay.
Okay, we have
That's
model.
just fire.
Okay, we have model Jamie. This is one of my favorite looks. It's very dynasty, 1980s. Jamie and Saint Laurent. Darius, yay or nay?
Nay.
Okay, Melanie.
Nay.
Michael.
Yay.
Natasha.
This is a good 80s throwback. Yay.
Okay.
Dina.
This is giving finally Karen 1995. This is so good. So good.
She look like she get into places I can't go to. And that's
Okay.
fine by me. I rock with her.
Tamar.
Yay. Love it.
Jonte.
This is Thursday night Bible study.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Silly.
Girl say nay.
Okay, moving on. We have Zoe Kravitz and YSL. Darius, yay or nay?
Nay.
Okay. Melanie.
No, like why they did this to Zoe? Like, no. They drowned her out. Like she literally is drowning. Her hair is still wet. Nay.
Michael.
I love it. Yay.
I do too. Natasha.
Nope.
Dina.
Nay.
Shaq.
I don't know how I feel.
Okay, Tamar.
I love this.
Jonte.
I don't get it.
Okay, we have.
Everything could be worn separately, for real.
Okay. Next we have Sims and Dior. Darius, yay or nay?
If she was in a Harry Potter movie, I would like it.
Melanie.
Nay.
Michael.
Nay.
Natasha.
I want to like it, but half and half.
Dina.
I love the
She's
jacket.
a who.
Everything else is a nay, but I love the jacket.
She's a who. She's giving who from Whoville. She's the black who.
Okay, Shaq.
Pass.
Tamar.
Nay.
Jonte.
Absolutely. Same Quisha who is what she looks like.
It's not the leprechaun shoes. Remember they in the leprechaun?
Kim Kardashian and Miu Miu. Darius, yay or nay?
You already know automatically nay.
Melanie?
Nay, like she needs to start covering up now, Kim. Act your age and not your shoe size.
Okay, keep that in mind on the next look. Michael, yay or nay?
Speaking of shoes, what's up with those shoes? Nay.
Natasha?
No.
Dina?
Nay.
Shaq?
Is she wearing chocolates? I don't get it. I'm still passing.
She got new titties and she wanted to show them off.
Nay.
Okay, John Tay?
Is this Kim attorney at law? Because it's not going for me.
Okay. And our last look, we have Kim
Kimberly
Kardashian.
Esquire.
Kim Kardashian and Balenciaga. Darius, yay or nay?
I like the look. I don't like her.
Okay.
Melanie?
Yay, that's better.
Michael?
Suspiciously dark spray tan, but yay.
Natasha?
I agree with Michael and Darius.
Okay, Dina?
Yay.
Shaq?
Michael speaks for me again tonight.
Tamar?
Yay.
John Tay?
I wish we would have done a different color because she did this on SNL, so it's just looking like she pulled it back out of the closet.
A different spray tan
She
color
had it in
or
a bunch
different
of
pink?
neon colors.
Yeah. Okay, so that's all our looks on Fashion Files tonight. And really quick, you guys. So this question was posed on Facebook a couple nights ago. I saw it on Janté's. She posted it. And I don't know what the context was, but I want to post to the group. True or false, when you marry your significant other, do you marry the family? And in the event of your partner versus parent, who takes precedence? So who wants to start with this? Let's talk to some married people. Natasha?
No, I'm not taking nobody's family. Sorry. You no.
Not sorry.
Sorry, I'm not doing it. I refuse. I refuse in the name of love. I'm not doing it. No.
Okay, we know where you stand, Natasha.
We do. You do. It comes along with the territory. So if they're close with their family, you're going to be close with that family. If they're estranged from that family, you're going to be estranged from that family too. You're going to echo whatever relationship that they have with their family. And
To me, it's a no-brainer for me. It's like when I met Hector, I said I talk to my mom sometimes 3 or 4 times a day on the phone. And I'm very close with my family. So if you're not, we can't be together. It's just for me. That's how it goes with me. I don't know, Dina.
I would say it's kind of a case by case basis to a certain extent. I think you should be trying to engage as your partner engages with your family or with their family. But if conflict does arise in that situation, I married you. I'm not marrying your family. I do have a requirement to try to live peacefully, but I'm not marrying. I'm not marrying nobody's family.
Okay, can you go to part B? So in parent versus partner.
Mm-hmm. I actually have lived this out, so I'm real good to answer these questions.
Okay, what is your take on that, parent versus partner?
In parent versus partner, as a wife, in my particular situation, my husband and my parents had some conflict at the beginning of our marriage and at the beginning of our relationship period, and so it took time for that to kind of smooth itself out. It was easier with my mother than it was with my father. But when it comes to making a decision on whose side you're going to be on, I mean, at the end of the day, the bottom line is I'm going to have to go with my spouse.
Michael, what do you think?
I have to cleave to my husband.
You know, from where I'm sitting, I think it's a fair expectation to expect your partner to get along with your family. So if my partner is causing a problem with my family, you know, I have no issue bringing that up. I don't know that I would pair with somebody, though, that would cause a problem with the family. I guess I've never had to encounter this. It seems to me there would be a big personality difference between myself and someone like that.
Okay, John Tay.
Actually, I'm gonna Michael, are you married?
No.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think it's interesting he says that because a lot of times when you get married, you marry someone who exposes the truth, or obviously who's going to see things a lot differently than your family. You're like in the bubble with your family.
Yeah.
And when you get married and you leave that bubble, which you should, like Dina said, and go to a new bubble, then you know your rose-colored family glasses are off.
Yeah.
So I personally experienced that. I've been married more than once, and um, you know, it makes you a villain. But I think the beauty is that you're hoping to marry someone that knows the core of who you are, and you know knows that that's not your intent, because of course the family's going to see it as malice, right?
Mhm.
But you know, if we keeping secrets and doing stuff, ain't nobody got no business, and nobody says anything about it until you know the spouse comes along, then oh, of course they're the problem. So I I'm now getting to see that there's more than one side to the story, and there's more than one version. You know, the his truth, her truth. I was never one of those people that believed that. But I'm starting to, I guess, have more compassion for it. So
Yeah.
it's very multifaceted.
I think she said it. I think she did that.
I think she did it at
I
some
think she did that.
Can I say something? So
Yeah.
when I agree with you, John Tay. When I got my husband's family are Trump supporters. He's not. So taking into consideration of like when we got married, like my sister does not support gay marriage. She don't support gay people. But she didn't show up. So I don't expect my husband to have a relationship with her because she don't really support gay relationships. On the flip side of that, my mom that's her son-in-law. That's her son-in-law. She loves him. He loves her. But then it came to his family where he was so he was like he didn't know how to have us integrate because of their beliefs. But then it was kind of that, okay, we're going to stay over here and not really intertwine our relationships with our families. But what has happened is they are actually seeing like we're married, I'm not going anywhere, and they have actually been able to be more considerate on how he feels. So it does like it is so true what Jonte said. Like when you get out of the realm of, because his whole life was his family were man and woman. He was raised in a Baptist church. So that's what he saw. So like when we got together, our relationship was based off of what he was raised as, and we had to learn how to build our own accord of what it was. So now they actually showed up to the wedding and they are trying to come around, but it's taking them time. So we try not to force our relationships on people that don't believe in what we believe in. So that's why I said, no, I don't really try to take on people's family, because you don't know what has went on behind those glasses. But when you do take those glasses off, it's up to those people to be willing to like come in and be a part of what you have.
All right. I think
that was good.
That was good. Yeah. Hopefully we helped someone tonight with this. Thank you for watching. Thank you for hanging in there with our technical difficulties and everything. We're getting it together, you guys. Please like and share. We have not I have not raffled off the Sephora gift card yet. Please like our YouTube link. Please like our Facebook page. And please like and share this show. We will be reposting it tomorrow and on Saturday. So if you're not watching now, on Saturday when you're doing your laundry, you're working out, give us a listen. Yeah, and with that, please have a good night. Same place, same time next week. We love you. Everyone stay on. And we'll talk to you later. Bye. All right.